My name is Giovanni Renzetti, and today I have been appointed as the new manager of English League One club Port Vale FC. As you see, we don't have the shiniest of tools in the shop. However, we do have quite a few studs, such as Jensen Weir, Daniel Gore, and can't forget about El Capitan Nathan Smith. Anyways, I received some intel that Belarus has been overlooked in the football world and some young hidden gems may be lurking in the streets of Minsk. I sacked our original youth scout and decided to hire Christian, my Icelandic ex-teammate from our playing days in the Serie C of Italy. After a nice tea, I quickly sent his ass to Belarus for 6 months to find me some Belarusian class. In the meantime, we need to sign a Belarusian that can contribute to the squad immediately. So we signed Ilya Shkurin from Polish side Stal Mielek for a hefty 1.4 million euros, where he instantly can become Port Vale's best player. My boy, Christian, has provided his first scouting report in Belarus. Boy, was I impressed, nice. So we signed up defender Stepan Kozlov and keeper Emil Morozov. Both look to have great potentials. Report number 2 was mediocre at best. Here is how our squad looks to begin this season. For the first time, I am going with a 5-in-the-back formation and of course, Shkurin starting at striker. In our third scouting report, I sign up center-back Oleg Popov and a few others. In report 5, we sign defender Ivan Vasiliev. Our South African Cam Chislet picks a fight with me, so I give him the boot. Since Ivan Vasiliev is unsettled, we sign him up too. Our first season has ended, and to no one's surprise, Shkurin is our top goal scorer with 13 goals. Honestly, was expecting more, which leads to a 15th place finish. Emil Moronov could be our future in between the sticks. I promote him as well. Here is the squad heading into season 2. In the League One, we now have 6 Belarusians on the roster, including 3 in the starting 11. Christian's 6 months in Minsk are up, and he misses me, so he returns to England to help develop the youth academy. I decide to send Christian's ass back to Belarus, but this time to other cities such as Gomel, Rodna and Mogilev to beef up this Belarusian stew heating up in central England. In Gomel, Christian comes across a spicy talented Ginger Berezovsky. Christian discovers our best talent yet, Nikolai Pavlov. Due to our on-field struggles, we decide to sign another Belarusian striker, Vladislav Morozov from Aruka. We continue to loan out some of our youngsters as we enter season 2. Berezovsky is looking solid with a potential of 81 to 87. Yeah. The Belarusian striker duo is paying off. In the 89th minute, Diakov Chiki finish gives 3 points against Sheffield Wednesday. Despite our late season form, we managed to finish 16th in the league. Our youth academy is full of future Belarusian contributors as we enter season 3 and we promote a handful of them. The starting 11 is looking strong, led by Jensen Weir at 79 overall. We now have 7 Belarusians in the lineup. With 84 points, we find ourselves in the Champs playoffs and our fans are ecstatic. Things open up quickly with a firecracker from Englishman Daniel Gore. Then Morozov shows off his aerial threat to get the second, and 7 minutes later he gets fouled. Wonder kid Nikolai Pavlov steps up to the spot and with a 64 free kick accuracy puts it past the keeper. Morozov completes a hat-trick and we officially get promoted after a 5-0 victory. Shkurin and Morozov end up combining for 40 goals, while Weir gets 26 goals contributions from the midfield. In season 4, we find ourselves in a 3-3 draw on aggregate with Swansea in the playoff promo semi-finals. Swansea tries to put us away in the 89th, but OG Conor Ripley comes up huge. In extra time, Berezovsky whips in a cross to Morozov's forehead for a spectacular goal. Port Vale was not finished and Gore smashes in an absolute banger. After a great match, we win 5-3 and head to Wembley where we take on Norwich City. Within 15 minutes, we embarrass the Norwich defense and take the lead. Pavlov puts on a dribbling masterclass and Nathan Smith is still holding the defense down. Morozov makes it 2-0 with a tidy finish. Shkurin puts the final nail in the coffin, and Port Vale is now headed to the top tier of English football for the first time in its club's 148-year existence. It is Season 5, our first year in the Premier League, and this is how our squad is looking with 9 Belarussians in the starting 11. Our first ever EPL game is against Leeds. Young backup keeper Makar Vasilyev puts on a performance of the century. Seriously, one of the best displays I have seen in my lifetime. Then, as hopes of our fairy tale debut began to fade, Shkurin shows up and smashes it home, and then this bullshit happened. But Makar says not today, He deservedly wins the man of the match with a 9.7 rating and 8 fabulous saves. Shkurin and Morozov bag 30 goals combined in our first season in the EPL, pushing us to a solid 7th place finish. Season 6, as we head into our second season in the EPL, we have 11 total players, 80 or above, however the defense is looking vulnerable. Congrats to Jensen Weir on his first English cap. Unfortunately, we finish 8th, so no European competition yet. Keeper Morozov and winger Pavlov are at 89 as we head into Season 7. We find ourselves facing Leeds once again, but this time in the FA Cup final. We quickly took the lead and controlled the match until Leeds scored. And almost could have gotten a penalty. Instead, we go on to win our first trophy, an FA Cup. With a 3rd place finish, Port Vale secures a Champions League spot for next season. We find ourselves in our first Champions League run in Season 8, facing Torino in the knockout stage, down 1 goal. A communication error by the Italians puts us level. And a great layoff from Morozov allows Diakov to smash it in for the lead. Makar, our number 2 keeper, makes a fabulous save. He seems to excel in these big games. As we get ready to move on to the quarter-finals, Gabriel Jesus, of all people, receives the ball and converts in the 93rd.
You suck!
Extra time. Torino's keeper Turati all of the sudden turns into Prime Neuer. But he cannot stop this beautifully placed header from our main man Shkurin. A bit too close for comfort, but we escape with the dub. We take care of Bilbao and now face Barcelona, leading by 1 goal on aggregate, going into the second leg of the semi-finals. The Catalans come out hot. But never as hot as Ilya Shkurin. Then, in the 94th minute, to break the tie, their Rigan keeper incredibly denies Ilya. Extra time once again, and our keeper Emil comes up clutch. OG English midfielder Walters gets a break, but can't put it past Kirali. So we head to PKs, and the young Belarussians began to fold under the spotlight.
If he scores, they win.
Barcelona knocks out Port Vale to head to the UCL final, crushing our dreams. We finish 4th in the table, allowing us another crack at the UCL for next season. We kick things off in Season 9 in the semi-finals against Napoli, down 1-2 to start the second leg. Onana makes a mistake, what a surprise. Ivan says thank you. Lovely link-up play leads up to a beautiful outside-the-foot volley by Nikolai Pavlov to take the lead. There can't be a party without Shkurin. The Belarusian striker scores a volley of his own to make it a 2-goal lead. Napoli still has Kvaratskhelia and he brings one back. Unfortunately for Gliazzurri, it's too little too late and the Valiants are headed to the UCL final. Before the final, I announced to the team it will be my last match at the helm of Port Vale. Here is a final look at our tremendous talent. We have 7 players over 90. We are ready to face a star-studded Juventus side. We begin threatening Kobel very early on, and in our third attempt on goal, Shkurin smashes a power shot into the back of the net. We continue to be aggressive in search of a second goal. Then Ruben Diaz fouls Morozov on his near-post strike, giving away a crucial PK. Morozov was fouled so hard that he shanked the penalty. Instead of putting the game away, we are forced to clench our butts. Look at this beautifully underrated interception by our Belarussian CM. In the 93rd, Nicholas Jackson has the ball in the box but sends it to the peanut guy. We pull off the miracle by winning the Champions League, and now we Port Vale can call ourselves Kings of Europe.